And udders. With lots and lots of nipples. Next question. Yes?
If you guys had superpowers, what would you have? Or what would you like to have?
Superpowers?
Superpowers.
Invisible flight.
Right? Because then he'd fly into women's locker rooms.
Well, I mean, when I hit airplanes, they couldn't know it was me. He killed another passenger plane.
They'd be all,
you can't prove it.
they'd be all, like you'd fly there, they go, because they got scared.
Flying naked.
No, because they got scared. They heard things banging into the locker, so they took off their clothes. That's what happened when they got scared. Oh, you're talking about a locker.
Porkies.
Yeah, yeah. My superpower would be, well, there's so many that I want.
Like being able to drop an egg.
Like everything that Superman has, I would take. I would definitely take all that. But really, someone told me this is like really a great superpower, and like it seems like it's like now thinking about it, it sounds stupid, but it was great. Wouldn't it be great to have the power to always make the right decision? That would be a cool power, superpower.
All right, I'm getting rid of mine. I'm not going to have invisible flight. I'm going to have the ability to drop an anvil at will.
From your butt.
From anywhere. Just anvil.
Yes. From anywhere.
If Zim could have invaded any country that he wanted to just to mess with it, which one would he have gone with?
Finland.
Although,
Yeah. Who are you? Are you Zim?
Invader Zim's world doesn't happen in the same Earth as ours. It's an alternate Earth. And so the countries are all
It's
mixed
a
up.
yurth.
All the countries are, they aren't even really in the United States.
Shut up.
That's what Jonah told me. He
Lied.
says it's alternate.
He lied to
Jonah would never lie to me. He told me that.
Were there ever any scenes that you sort of fantasized
You were
about
right
in
under
the
the
second season that never happened, or that you
Yes.
thought would have been great?
You not feel them?
Yeah, it was scene 8B in episode 113.
They electrocuted all the fantasies out of me. It's part of the contract.
No, every scene we dreamt about, we did. Except the rest of the series. Are you drunk now? I mean, again?
Way back there!
Yeah.
What do you think about the tall ones?
The tallest?
The tallest, yes.
They're really tall, and purple, and red, and tall. I forgot this was the Invader Zim panel. I was wondering why all these questions were about Invader Zim.
I always forgot I was wearing pants.
You're not. Awkward.
Holographic.
What does Zim do when the cameras go off?
Well,
He Zimster beats.
I do that when the camera's on.
It's a horrible Mexican restaurant series.
Horrible Mexican restaurant stories. Mexican restaurant stories?
We went to an Armenian restaurant a lot.
Went to a Korean restaurant. Korean, yeah. Oh my God, we did that like 10 years ago, right? Oh yeah, there was this horrible Mexican restaurant. Oh boy, yeah, I remember that one time.
You mean like when, from when Zim is going, chicken? That's from an Armenian restaurant.
You mean when we went to eat at? You mean outside of the show? You mean we were hanging together? Yeah, no, there was. I remember the one story that we told, which was true, was one day I got it in my head that Yoda wasn't that great because wait for it, you bastards. You are udders, all of you. Your big hairy-nippled udders. Because here's the deal, he's this master Jedi, and who knows everything, and can see and can feel a disturbance in the Force. But every time you ask him something, his answer was all, cloudy. So, we came up with this whole bit.
Master Jedi, Yoda, where is the Dark Lord hiding?
Cloudy.
Okay, but you know, there's something going on, and we'd like to know what's going on in the...
Cloudy.
Okay, the pizza guy's at the
Cloudy.
door, and did you order a
Cloudy.
I can't find my car.
Cloudy. So everything's cloudy. So we got on that kid for the longest time. And so it was all during one day. We all went to lunch to this Korean barbecue restaurant we used to love to go to. And Ricky and Joan and I are all in the same car, and I just kept going, cloudy, cloudy. It drove Joan nuts. So every time he saw me, he punched me in the neck.
Eventually, he killed himself.
Cloudy.
It was in his contract.
Where do you see Zim and Dib if you were to jump 10 years into the future in their universe?
No further along.
Zim died at the end of Christmas. Now you can hear him being killed by the crowd. So
And
you go to his
Dib,
grave.
I like the one where Dib, future Dib, cracks me up because he has his hair and it's all longer and gray, and it's like, so tell me, Dib, did you throw the muffin at Zim? So yes, I did. That is one of my favorite moments in that whole series. But
He makes him live an entire
he makes him live an entire life just to get to this point. I'm like that. It's more important to be right than nice.
But then Dib dies at the end of the Christmas episode. You can hear him being torn to shreds by the crowd. He's screaming for his life. He's begging him, but they're not. They just tear him. They take his eyes out first, and then hold him down while they just literally just take chunks out of him. It's terrible. Had to cut that out. Zim, he becomes an Avon lady, I think.
An Avon person.
Sorry. You know.
I like the guy that's the.
As long as they're closed.
Damn it. I like the. What's the one? The balloon.
Well, there's a balloon Totoro.
Yeah, Totoro. Yeah, the guys were next to us making it. He started yesterday. It's awesome.
I think you guys should all come dressed in balloons and just run at each other.
Or bubble wrap. I like bubble wrap. I wish someone would come just all wrapped in bubble wrap.
There should be a contest. Wrap in bubble wrap and throw each other's down hills. Whoever lives wins.
No, who dies first wins. It's the Hungry Games. Baggy pants? Get a belt. Zim needs no pants.
If you guys could star in any other show, live action or animation, what would it be?
All of them. Except for the bad ones. I don't want to be in the bad ones.
Live action.
Like a current show?
Or any show. Well, live action, I would have loved to have been in any of the following shows: Breaking Bad, Sopranos. I love Mad Men. Game of Thrones. Okay.
I like Portlandia.
Portlandia's. I like Sunny in Philadelphia. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. My favorite episode is when they try to be crackheads. Did you see that? That's so cheap. I love crackhead.
Where they wake up free hot dogs.
Yeah. I just like to think they were trying to develop into crackheads. Oh yeah, we're crackheads now. No, you're not. No, you're not. What else? Yeah, there's so many. Like classic-wise, I would have liked to have been in the original Carol Burnett show. I don't know, Saturday Night Live, the original years have been fun. Yeah, it's hard to choose. Who asked that question?
Doctor Who.
I will email you the rest. Yeah, Doctor. I will email you the rest of the shows I want.
Feel bad for Keith.
Not at all.
No, yeah, come.
That's actually one of my favorite moments. Is I love the music that we do in the montage. It's like an old '60s kind of montage. Who among you here is worthy to be Zim's bestest friend? Okay, gotta go. Bye, Keith.
This is getting pretty gross now.
I actually wasn't planning to ask a question. I just, yes.
Okay, let's just all stare at him now.
Cackle.
Yes. Yes. Harley Quinn.
DC or Marvel and why?
For me, well, that's tough. But Marvel because I am a huge X-Men fan. So yes. But DC, I love Superman. So that's tough. But except we tread the same waters with Superman every single movie, which drives me nuts. But see something different besides the origin.
When I was a kid, I collected Rom Space Knight. I was obsessed with Rom Space Knight. That was a Marvel comic, but it was based on a toy that they don't have the license to anymore, so they never do anything with him anymore. And then I was obsessed with Micronauts. I bought all those comics. But what's funny is that those characters, they intersected with, because they wanted them to sell, like Iron Man would show up or Hulk would show up in their comics. So I ended up finding out all about the Marvel characters, not reading the Marvel character, the main guy's books, but these other guys' books. But DC, I read The Blue Devil, which was a guy that was stuck in a devil suit, and it was a comedy. And I loved that one, so it was hard to tell. But I didn't like any I don't really like the main dudes.
Well, I do. I mean, like Superman, because I like the creation of Superman historically in our own time, the way it was created during the early years of the war and all that. I thought that was really kind of cool the way it united the country.
I like Superman as like a guy.
He is a guy.
Who's like completely
Well,
indestructible.
there's Supergirl.
He flies through things and destroys cities.
You liked Electro Woman and Dinah Girl, didn't you?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, X-Men is my ultimate favorite series because I find the story always plausible, which I love, and I love that it's about fighting, racism in the world, and that mutations, are actually conceivable. As we continue to evolve as humans, we can actually start mutating these genes into like superpowers, and that to me is awesome. And I pray for that every night. But for me, I'd wake up with like Meg Griffin's power to grow my nails.
I know the one Marvel series that I collected was part of their main line was Alpha Flight. When it was written and drawn by John Byrne. I loved Alpha Flight mostly because it had Sasquatch. Which was he was like the Hulk, but he didn't get hit with a bomb that made him into a big hulky guy. He sat in a chair just like in the original television series of the Hulk, and irradiated himself, and he became a Sasquatch. But later you find out he didn't really become a Sasquatch. He let a demonic creature take over his body. So whenever he becomes a Sasquatch, he's actually fighting back a monster that's taking him over. So they had to take his heart out. It's terrible.
Yeah, but if you get bit by a radioactive spider, you don't get superpowers, you get bone cancer.
I still think that the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man, he should have had giant Popeye arms. Because he squirted.
I still think, like we said, that it should have been like a tube of toothpaste, like, I'm out, I'm low. Squeeze the bottom.
Well, when he's regenerating, he's like...
I hope that's on YouTube at some point.
I'm sure they considered all that. They wanted to be scientific.
They did.
What is Zim's favorite origin?
His favorite what?
brain, but you speak crazy talkers, boy. That's one of my favorite moments, and then the intestine just go. People always thought that was so gross. I didn't think that was gross. I thought that was cool that Zim was loaded with organs. More organs means war.
Actually, this was gross. That was terrible.
You just drank the end of my other one.
Have your grandpa drink. Drink your grandpa drink.
Go drink it, Grandpa. All right. We're back. And we're back.
Ensure.
Sure, I'm drinking Ensure, so what? I'm also wearing Depends. It's comfortable. And oh so convenient. Until the end of the day. Wait a minute, where did you come from? What is this? Tag team?
Wore her out.
This is tag team. This is tag team.
You keep wearing them out.
I know. All right, go ahead. So everyone ask the question all at once. Ready, go.
Where you ever
Yes, no.
Brad Pitt. George Clooney.
That's a tail.
Right, Ricky Pitt.
Sing your Sandra Bullock song.
It said, Sandra Bullock to the Academy. I really need a new Oscar. This is Sandra Bullock in outer space. I lost weight for this role. In fact, I am completely weightless.
That's funny, huh?
Here comes George Clooney with his gray hair. He's stepping into space. And let's keep the camera close up on his face. Can you hear me, George Clooney? Can you hear me, George Clooney? I need an Oscar. Next question.
Did girls get what you wanted for Christmas?
Gurr always gets what he wants for Christmas if you give him something. Just don't take it away, then he gets sad. Just like things taken away from him. Blondie.
Blondie. Ribeye steaks, medium rare, with au gratin potatoes, asparagus, and garlic cheese bread.
With butts.
With real girthy butts. With real girthy pooping butts.
Now you're just getting gross.
When you were creating the voices for the characters in Invader Zim, did you look to anything for inspiration?
Paycheck?
That they let my family go?
That they would take mine?
What?
Richard Horvitz is a god and I love him. I want to be him. I am him. Giggle, giggle, giggle.
I didn't hear the question.
All right. Go ahead, your turn.
What?
Pick someone.
Oh, way back there, so far away.
So far away. Doesn't anyone sit in one place anymore? No. In fact, I thank an officer every time I get a ticket. It really makes me mad at myself afterwards. You know that moment where you're like just compliant and then they walk away and goes, okay, now you remember to buckle up. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Because you're thinking, how come they let me go? They don't know about the trunk.
You ain't gonna
peek at me. But you're gonna chew me.
I just wondered what it would be like to sign a Tyrannosaurus Rex eating somebody. I just wanted to see what that was like.
I would think that Tyrannosaurus Rex would be more like this.